Here we go. Welcome to another edition of the Giants Training Camp Report right here on Giants.com. My name is John Schmelk. Joining me is Michael Eisen, beat reporter for Giants.com. Mike, how you doing?
I'm great, John. How are you?
And some news for the New York Giants coming down late yesterday. Let's start with the retirement of Ben Patrick, another body down at tight end. It doesn't seem to end.
Yeah, no one wants to play tight end for the Giants this year. Yeah, it was shocking, I guess. Ben Patrick arrived here Monday, and by Friday he was on the reserve retired list because he decided he didn't want to play football anymore. So we're still looking at candidates at tight end. We've got a new one today, Daniel Coates. Has been in the league 4 years, which I think is the same number of time that Ben Patrick was here. Hopefully he'll have more of a desire to play football. You've got some holdovers, Travis Beckham, Jake Ballard, Bear Pasco. Still some talent at the position, but a lot for the coaches to sort it out as far as who's going to play what role.
Needless to say, it'll be a lot of battling going on for playing time and roster spots, for that matter, at the tight end position. The other piece of bad news for the Giants came down yesterday at practice. First-round pick Prince Amukamara, in just his second practice with the team, fractures his pinky toe. He has to have surgery. He's going to be out at least a month, not going to be ready for the start of the regular season. We talked to Prince earlier today, and he talked about how even though he can't be on the practice field, he still has to stick to business in the classroom.
I have all the confidence in myself, and I'm sure the Giants have all the confidence in me too. So, it's up to me still. I just still have to continue just to grind in the playbook and just be ready whenever I'm healthy.
And Mike, a devastating injury, and a guy, he holds out, you say, a hamstring injury, calf injury, muscle pull, something like that. He just got stepped on during practice, a freak thing.
Yeah, I hate to disagree with you, John. I don't know if it's devastating. A hamstring in the long term could be worse. A hamstring could linger the whole year. You'd like to think once a bone in the pinky toe is healed, and he's going to be back on. William Beatty had basically the same injury last year. He was out about 2 months. Whether it's different for a cornerback, probably he's got a lot more running, cutting to do. But it's certainly a shame because you're talking about your first-round draft choice, a guy who was counted on, who was going to be counted on to play a big role in the defense, and now he's going to be out for a while.
And now the Giants are going to have to turn to some young guys to fill the void. Aaron Ross talked about depth at cornerback and how that's now going to be a challenge during camp.
It's a big issue. Losing Bruce Johnson was huge, and then losing Prince to on the second day, that's huge as well. Like I said, the team depth at corner is really important right now, especially how fast corners go down throughout the season. So losing those two guys is really big.
And Mike, there have been some young guys at camp that have made impacts. Witherspoon's made some plays. Burnett has made some plays. And Michael Coe has been here for a year or two. He's shown the Giants some promise. Somebody's going to have to step up, not just with Prince out, but also Bruce Johnson, who has the Achilles.
They have what everybody here craves, and that's an opportunity. These free agents, they come in, and they're all considered long shots to make the team. Well, there are now 2 spots perhaps open in the Giants secondary now. Michael Coe, as you mentioned, he's been here. He knows the defense. He has made some plays in practice when he's had a chance. Michael Coe's never going to have a better opportunity than he has right now.
And they have a great defensive backs coach, a cornerback coach, and Peter Ginter, who will certainly have them ready to go if they happen to be called upon. Let's move on to a position we haven't really talked about much, Mike, so far in the training camp report. That's because there's no battle. We know Eli Manning's the starter, but there is a question about who the backup quarterback is going to be. Head quarterbacks coach Mike Sullivan met the media today, and he talked about that battle for the backup quarterback spot.
Well, he's got to be somebody that can carry the load, that can go through and in the event that there's, heaven forbid something happened to Eli, that can come in there and we don't have a huge drop-off. And obviously Eli's expertise and his experience and his command of this offense has been tremendous and continues to improve, and it's going to be a learning curve for anybody to come in without those reps to be able to play at that same level. But it can't be a scenario in which if there is a circumstance which would have a backup quarterback step on in, we'd have to change drastically what we do. We'd like to have as minimal drop-off as possible.
And Mike, as always said, God forbid Eli goes down, but if he does,
we don't want to think about that.
You don't want to miss a beat. You want to be able to run your system and do what you do. Sage Rosenfels was here last year. David Carr was here 2 years ago, left. Now he's back. Why don't you break down that backup quarterback battle for me?
Well, David Carr has a lot more playing time, a lot more experience in the NFL. He started, I don't know what the exact 70-something games. To me, I hate to say he's got an edge, but he's been around a lot. He's experienced a lot more. He's been under fire a lot more. Rosenfeld is a bigger, stronger quarterback, has an excellent arm. I think it's going to come down to who plays better in preseason games, and I think they're both going to get a lot of chances to throw in the preseason because, as you said, we have to keep Eli healthy. So I think it's going to be very close, and you also have to wonder how much the fact that Lawrence Tynes is very comfortable with Sage Rosenfeld as his holder is going to factor into the whole equation.
And now, Mike, finally, before you say goodbye, of course, I know you fans out there all over our Twitter page at Giants, of course, Facebook.com/New York Giants as well. And I know Mike's all over the social network scene as well. We're watching your messages, watching your comments, and Mike, some Giant fans are getting a little panicked. Guys are retiring, guys are getting hurt. Well, just listen to your quarterback, Eli Manning. Is he worried?
No, I think everything's going smoothly. I think the offensively we're doing a lot of good things, and guys are getting better. And there's always parts of camp, and you have good days or some days where things are a little tougher. We're inserting new plays where things got to go. But I think so far, guys are playing fast. We got a number of receivers who've got a good grasp of the offense that are rotating a lot of guys in and are all making plays and doing good stuff. Tight ends are doing well, so feel good about what we're doing, and we just got to continue to work better and keep working and getting better.
Mike, big surprise. Eli Manning's not panicking.
Everything's
fine.
I think we've yet to find a situation where Eli Manning is going to panic, is going to be overly concerned, is going to be worried. He's always the face of calm and reason, and he said. In his area, the offense has been doing very well in practice. He seems to like the targets he has. He likes the young fullback, Hynoski. Certainly, we've got a nice stable of running backs now. So Eli Manning, it's full speed ahead. Everything's going pretty well.
And we're only entering the second week of August here, Giant fans. Don't panic.
Yeah.
At least not
Long
yet.
way to go.
Long way
Let's
to go.
play a game first.
No question. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this edition of the Training Camp Report. He's Mike Elias, and I'm John Schmelk. We'll see you next time right here on Giants.com.
Here we go.